Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to welcome once again Professor Aomar and Professor Leila in Warsaw. We would like to share with you our preliminary results of the 3 seasons of excavations in the region of ancient city Volubilis. We have prepared 4 presentations to speak about the works in the terrain which we did during last 3 years since 2021. And I will mention a little bit about the 2 working survey seasons in 2018 and 2019. So the Tingitana Frontier Project is the archaeological project operating as a part of the convention between National Institute of Archaeology and Heritage in Rabat and University of Warsaw, which is now placed in Polish Center of Mediterranean Archaeology. We are investigating one of the parts of the frontier border zone of the Roman Empire, which is already investigated by the several scientists, several research centers in all around the European countries and the Middle East, and as well as the North Africa. We cannot compare the situation about the knowledge of the Roman frontier in Africa with the other part of the Roman Empire frontiers, because the state of the research in African parts of the empire is not sufficient like the very well development research projects in Europe or in the Middle East. But that's a secret which we are trying to reveal in our studies, in our research. The Mauretania Tingitana was situated in the north western part of the African continent, which is now the territory of Kingdom of Morocco, with several cities identified by the French, Moroccan, British, Spanish, and Italian missions. So our place of the research is the region of Volubilis, one of the biggest city in this part of the Roman Africa. And that's the line of the border zone in Mauretania Tingitana, which is very difficult to investigate because of the lack of archaeological sources and some not easy questions to answer. What we are looking for, the remains of the system of surveillance, a system of the watchtowers, which had been constructed in the Roman period between 1st and the 3rd century AD. As we believe, they formed the system of additional surveillance, which supported the Roman auxiliary forts, which are known and identified in the region. The basic questions which we are trying to find the answer: what was the location of the watchtowers around Volubilis? How to verify such a type of the site? How were the towers constructed? And how did the whole system operate during the Roman period? A short brief about the history of the research. We have some descriptions of the sites published by several scholars like Louis Chatelain, who published first the description of some sites identified as the Roman watch towers. Then the British mission from the University of Durham, which organized the survey in Morocco in 1952, but it was like a general survey around whole territory of the Moroccan kingdom. But they have left some important publication, the report, with the first and only proposition, the mention of the watchtowers plan. Then the works of mission of Cebu, directed by Professor Aomar Akerraz, by René Rebuffat and Hassan Liman. We have to mention the works of Maurice Cezenach, who published the only one monography about the frontiers of the Roman province Mauretania Tingitana. And our project, which started in 2018 and 19 with the field surveys and 3 seasons of excavations on 2 sites, QC2 and QC 165, which we are going to present you later on. The only one plan published by the Durham mission in their report is showing some remains of the construction with the photo, which is not very clear. The direction, the flash showing the north is placed in a different direction than the tower which we believe we have confirmed. We have to mention the important works of the mission Cebu, who is similar to the project of AZP, which identified several sites in Morocco, but I will ask Professor for short introduction of the works of mission of Cebu. Une courte information de la mission Cebu. On peut écouter ça.
Ok. Tout d'abord, je voudrais remercier l'Université de Varsovie de nous avoir invité, d'avoir invité une partie de l'équipe marocaine à laquelle l'université travaille au Maroc sur le projet dont il est question. Donc, mon intervention sera assez courte. Je ne pourrai pas rentrer dans le détail. Je voudrais faire une toute petite présentation de travaux de la mission du bassin du Cebu, une mission maroco-française qui a travaillé dans la plaine, autour de la plaine du Rarb et dans la région de Volubilis entre 1982 et 1997. Cette mission avait pour objet, d'une part, d'identifier les établissements ruraux de la région, dans une région assez mal connue à cause des inondations et des alluvionnements de l'un des plus importants fleuves du Maroc, alluvions qui ont recouvert les vestiges des anciennes occupations, ce qui fait que le nombre de sites identifiés dans cette zone reste peu important par rapport à ce qu'on pourrait attendre dans une plaine qui est la plus riche de la province de Mauretanie Tingitana. Autour de cette plaine se trouvent plusieurs villes antiques, donc romaines. Parmi ces plaines, parmi ces sites, nous avons 2 colonies, la colonie de Banassa et la colonie de Baba Iulia Campestris, près de Volubilis. Nous avons dans les bords de cette plaine l'importante cité romaine romaine mauritanienne d'abord, romaine ensuite, de Volubilis, qui est la région dans laquelle nous travaillons dans le cadre de la mission maroco-polonaise sur le projet des tours de guet. L'objectif de cette mission du bassin du Cebu est également d'identifier le système de défense d'époque romaine de la Mauretanie Tingitane, surtout dans la partie sud de la province et dans la partie au sud-est de cette province, qui est une province bien sûr frontalière au sud et à l'est. La mission a identifié dans la région de Volubilis, et seulement dans la région de Volubilis, que je vais traiter ici, environ une vingtaine de tours de guet. Ces tours de guet assurent la surveillance de la ville de Volubilis au sud et à l'est. Mais pas seulement la ville de Volubilis, mais également probablement le territoire de la colonie de Papa Iulia Campestris que nous identifions désormais à la ville moderne de Sidi Kassem au nord-ouest de la ville de Volubilis. Ces tours, comment on les identifie? D'abord par leur position sur des hauteurs, ensuite surtout par le matériel archéologique qui est essentiellement d'époque romaine. Je ne veux pas monopoliser la parole, je voudrais juste dire que de ces tours de guet identifiés, seule, disons, aucune n'avait été fouillée de façon méthodique, sauf celle du Mellali qui avait été fouillée d'abord par le Français qui travaillait à Volubilis, Louis Châtelain, ensuite par la mission de Durham University dans les années 50, ensuite visité par plusieurs archéologues jusqu'à notre mission, donc maroco-polonaise, qui a réussi à identifier l'ensemble de la tour et la fouiller de façon méthodique. Notre mission, et je vais m'arrêter là, notre mission est en train de fouiller depuis l'année dernière une deuxième tour de guet pour pouvoir comparer entre l'architecture de la tour du Mellali dont je viens de parler et de la tour que nous sommes en train de fouiller, que j'espère nous dégagerons entièrement cette année, ce qui permettrait de voir quel type de tours ont été construites dans la région de Volubilis et permettre des datations un peu plus précises. Et merci.
Merci, Professor. Thank you, Professor. So I will continue with the other parts of the presentation. That's the plan, that's the map showing the sites identified by Maurice Zena as the Roman watchtowers. As the professor mentioned, we have 21 sites identified as the watchtowers just in the region of Volubilis, and other 60 or even more in the other parts of the province, but none of them had been, until our works, identified and confirmed by the regular excavation. So we did the first excavation in the site El Melali, and later on the site we call Zegota. So the map, which you can observe now, is showing the region of Volubilis, the biggest city in the south part of the province, with three Roman auxiliary forts identified by the previous missions, like Tokolzida, Enshkur, Sidi Musa, and there is another one proposition in Sidi Said, which is north to the Bab Tisra, but it's not identified with it's not confirmed by the excavation, but there is an idea and the proposition. And the green points, which was marked as the site of our interest, numbered from TFP1 until 5, TFP1 and 4 are excavating by our mission. So the south of the Tokolozida, we can say about the limits of the Roman empires, but it's not 100% clear if that was the frontier line. Even if so, that's not the border like we know from the European provinces, for example. And that's why we are trying to find out what was the system of functioning these forts supported by the Roman watch towers. We had to choose some solutions to start the works which allowed us to identify some sites. There are some just plans from the publication of Ezena of these three forts which are confirmed, the auxiliary forts, and the methods. So we have started with analysis of hundreds of publications which mentioned the Roman military presence and the activity in Mauretania Tingitana, as well as the analysis of the satellite pictures to try identify the exact location of several sites. Then we have created the visibility models from several sites, which gives us some idea of similarity in the shape, in the form, and which were situated in good places. Then we have prepared the analysis of intervisibility between the sites. The next step was the field surveys to identify, to choose the places, to confirm if we have we had the right, if we weren't wrong about the locations of the sites. Then excavations, and the last one phase is reconstruction of the watchtower system, which is still in progress. So we have found several sites which are similar in shape, like the square and the circle shape on several altitude, which were placed around the city of Volubilis. There are some similarities also in the archaeological material which we have found during the surveys. The analysis of intervisibility gave us some more ideas. Some covering points seems to be most promising as the visibility was covering the same zones, the visibility from the Roman forts and from the city. Some places was confirmed as the strategic positions with a good visibility to the valley. We have discovered some new zones for the field surveys and 3 unknown sites, which 2 of them had been investigated. Now I want to show you some visibility models. There is a model of the map with the region of Volubilis, with the Ainshkur auxiliary fort marked, and these pink zones are showing the visibility range from Ainshkur. The other one, the visibility range from Tokolozida, and from the site El Melali, which was excavated as the first one by our mission. Then from new site TFP3, and there are the zones numbered from 1 till 5, which gave us the most promising areas to investigate, to find out if on the eastern edge of this valley we could identify, we could find another one site which we could mark as the potential Roman watchtowers. The question is if the Romans have constructed in Morocco the towers using the system of the regular, let's say, distances between the towers, or they had to use a completely different method to be able to see the valleys, which sometimes gave the possibility to move some units, the barbarian units, to interior of the province. For sure, the forts were not able to give the visibility to the unit. So we have chosen 2 sites to start our mission. That's the short movie showing the first site. This is QC2 called El Melali. And now you are able to see the direction to the south, the city of Meknes. That's the territory of Barbaricum. It's outside the limits of the empire. Now the massif of the mountain Zerhun is visible on the movie. And to the left, that's the beginning of the territory of the Roman province. The site is situated like 2.5 kilometers from the Roman fort Tokolozida. Here is the Tokolozida, and about 12 kilometers south from the city Volubilis. So that's the first one site, and that's the second one. This is a QC 165 called Zegota. That site, as we believe, is closing the eastern part of the defense system, the whole valley around Volubilis. Now you are able to see Barbaricum, which was probably not the territory of the province, but there are several finds of the Roman pottery, perhaps some sites identified as the farms outside this range. And this site is a little bit different than the first one, which we will explain you later on. Merci.